All right, so hey guys, I have Jessica and Nesemeier with me here today. She's with Luxxes. She is pretty unique. I thought I would share what she does and kind of how she works and make sure you guys have access to her as a resource. She's a great person to know. So give us some ideas, like what it is that you provide.
So I provide customer service. So when somebody's looking for a contractor to either remodel or to build out or start a new construction project, they would call me, and I have a very well vetted group of contractors that I work with that I do all the coordination, I do all the setup, I have all the extensive knowledge that they would need, that I am as a resource to them for any client that's requiring that.
So basically, somebody looking to do a construction project, they would call you and then you coordinate and facilitate everything.
Correct.
So it's kind of like general contractor, right?
In a way, I'm a general contractors.
That makes sense. So, I don't know, from personal experience trying to get improvements done to our home, let alone to a building like what we're sitting in, it's like pulling teeth to get people to show up and give estimates or at least work with you.
Sure.
So you probably experienced that?
A lot, yes.
So how do you like, what do you do with that? Like, you just have to talk to a lot of people and kiss a lot of frogs? Okay.
So a lot of my projects are where there's a lot of moving parts. So when you need a painter and a plumber and electrician, for those I would use a GC, and then I kind of stay on top of that. I do all the coordination for the client and make sure that they're there in a timely manner, communications on point, to give them updates.
So, okay, now how the heck did you get into this industry?
Well, as I stated earlier, I've been doing this for about 25 years.
Mhm.
Between the construction portion of it and being in the service industry for the same amount of time, I have found that there were some gaps in construction with customer service. So a lot of times you'll get a guy who is just not calling back or not timing with their estimate, or you just pretty much can't get them on the phone.
Yeah.
And I've realized that some customers just want to make one phone call, get a little bit of information, and then on top of that I do all the coordination for them as well. So they can really sit back with ease knowing that I've already vetted out the contractors that I work with.
Yeah, I've been in construction projects before. I was like banging my head against a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how can I make this easier? So, what would you say the number one mistake people make before they engage with you or before they meet you?
Trying to do it all themselves.
All right.
There's a lot of moving parts, as I stated earlier, and a lot of times they'll make a bunch of phone calls, they'll get too much information or not enough information, and then they'll look at they'll look at price only, and they'll not understand what all's involved with the actual project.
Yeah.
Going with the lowest bid is not usually the best idea.
No, that's definitely not the best idea most of the time.
Yeah.
So where do you physically work? Like, are you in Chicagoland? I know you were in Rockford before, right?
Yes, I started everything over in Rockford, and right now I'm based out of Arlington Heights. My main area is the suburbs. Every once in a while I get called to go into the city, but I like the suburbs much better.
Yeah, I'm with you. So, no offense, but so all right. So, what's like the ideal client for you?
So the ideal client for me is any kind of corporation that is moving, relocating, needs to build out residential that needs new construction, remodeling, and that's the niche of what I have.
So, no one's calling you just to like repaint the interior of their house.
Sometimes I do. A lot of times on callbacks. I am set up with also other contractors that I use that are one type of trade at a time.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. I can agree with that. So, what do you see? Like, I hear a lot about, oh my gosh, lumber costs are going up. Is there any validity to that, or is that all like hype?
Totally true.
Okay, so
Lumber
what's
costs, aluminum costs, every cost. There's nothing material-wise right now because of COVID. The slowdown in production, some of it completely halted. So a lot of people, especially with the hurricanes happening down south also. So a lot of people are having a problem with the time frame that they're looking to do, and everything is so much more expensive than it was last year.
So then what do you have to do? Like, you bid out a job and then they go, yeah, this looks great, and then they're slow to pull the trigger or get financing or whatever, and then all of a sudden they call you back 2 months later, you have to start kind of all over, or what does that look like?
Yes, right now, because everything is steadily fluctuating.
Okay. Then how do people get a hold of you if they want to ask questions to you or maybe engage with you? How do they do that?
My website has a contact form. If it goes that route, it is luxxes.net.
How do you spell that?
Luxxes.
Okay.
And then otherwise, my email address is jessica@luxxes.net, spelled the same way. And then my phone number is 747-871-9600.
Okay, we'll have a link below the video here, so click on that link if you want to get a hold of Jessica. She's a great resource, lots of knowledge, and she is a super straight shooter, so if she can't help you, she's going to tell you that. If you guys have any questions, give me a shot. I'm happy to help. I hope you have a great day.